tablet so I can see the chat. Oh, let me get the... So it's up now. So make sure everybody can see it. Go to nevermindstudios.com. Nevermind Studios on YouTube, and you can see the podcast. You can see the pictures I'm looking at. Okay. Is everybody here? Rock Lobster, you here? Say, ay 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 if you're here. I'm kidding. You don't have to do that, but yeah, that sounds like you. Like just, I'm dying inside. I'm dying. Somebody get a doctor.
Who is this?
Oh my god, my bladder. Nothing. Oh, how did it know to post this for my... Ooh! It knew to use... It knew to use? That's not what I wanted to say.
You know we're on, right?
Yes, I do. But it's on. I'm not ready yet. I have to post the link to make sure that, let me just... Eisenhower, I don't know where the heck he is, but hopefully if he starts talking, great. He'll be joining us a little late. Huh?
Is he in the room?
He's in the party, yeah. Alright, so do you guys see the thingy? Alright, I'm gonna share the link. Whoops. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it.
A-bomb. A-bomb is in.
Give me a second. I gotta share the link. It's important. It's important that everybody listens to me because we don't know if this is gonna be the last time we're gonna be watching Game of Thrones. Well, okay, last year. But you know, whatever. How do I say this? Now live Game of Thrones podcast. No. Now live. Why is this thing not picking up my voice? I was hoping... Alright, fine, I'll type it. Jesus. Oh, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. If you're gonna play it, turn it all the way down. Game of Thrones podcast discussion at hyper retweets. Oh crap. How you... What is the stupid thing?
First item. Hold on. First item of business. Alright. Let's talk about Rick Grimes.
Wait, okay, no, what?
Main character. Him and Cersei are trying to go to Neverland.
Just give me a second. Okay, I'm trying to type this thing in. And it's being dumb. Go to Neverland. I don't understand you sometimes. It's weird. Oh, that's why I was supposed to put it at. Oh.
And they meet up with Fiona. Yeah, does anybody watch Shameless?
Yeah, that's a good show.
That's my show. I like that family. It's dysfunctional.
What the freak? Oh my god. Okay. Shh. Delete. I gotta actually download my picture in order for me to actually see it. Lovely.
So while we
go ahead and talk about something that we probably will be doing the next show. What's the TV show? You said we should all be watching a TV show so we can come on. you know,
Yeah,
be the
we should be
first.
watching a TV show. And I'm trying to think about it. Man.
How about House of Cards, Scandal? You know, TV shows that I've watched that I know are going to be good that we should make a discussion group about. How about
I
that?
think I don't mind Scandal. I'll watch that from the beginning.
Scandal is pretty good. I mean, it's not as big of a drama as How to Get Away with Murder. I think that's a freaking drama house. Like, it's just like, no, especially Viola Davis. I don't know what it is, but I don't understand why when she cries she has to have snot go into her mouth. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, that's like the weirdest.
I'm just
That's
like,
the weirdest
just
cry
get a
in the
tissue.
world.
Get a tissue, please. Please get a tissue. Oh my god, it's going in her mouth. Oh, oh god.
Wait, does that happen in the show too?
Yes.
I first seen it in the movie Fences. She's like,
Oh, I think
you
I
know,
first
she
seen it
does
in Doubt.
monologue. Oh man, that's disgusting. We should stop her from doing that.
No, I don't.
Her
I don't.
natural way, right? She's
it
cried
what?
like that on her own, I think. She cried like that too when she was giving an award speech.
I like her speeches. She makes good speeches, but it's just
she's a good speaker, but yeah, she's
just.
in their mouth.
Oh god,
Snot's
when I
like
cry.
running down her nose.
It's just I don't understand like why you don't do that.
Yeah, like wipe your face.
like get your hand and wipe that on your hand. Just something. Now live Game of Thrones podcast. Okay, that's the link. That's up. Okay, it's down. Okay, it's tweeting out, and we should be ready to go. Alright, let me turn down this thing here. Alright. Alright, so everybody who's here, say who you are. How about shout out to you guys? Come on. Let's start off with the new guy, Boss 9. Welcome. Boss 9, I want to tell you, what does it feel like to be a part of somebody who cares about you? And thinks that your opinions matter in this discussion. Yeah, I know, it feels great. Alright, just make sure that goes on. Well, then they need to watch Spartacus because this show doesn't come up close to what Spartacus is. Spartacus had everything, more than enough than everything. Like it had so much rape in it. No, just a lot of rape.
Okay.
Lots of rape.
So you're gonna drop that into the podcast, huh? Rape?
Okay, anyway. Okay, make sure, alright, everybody, it says only 2 people are watching. Make sure everybody go onto the podcast. I know there's more people in here. Are you on the podcast, Boss 9? Okay, Blitz, are you on the podcast?
Yes, I am.
Rock Lobster? I don't know what A. What's A? A. Does that mean no?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay, good. Alright, then we can start. Welcome, everyone, to the live podcast of Game of Thrones. So much to talk about. So the way we're going to do it a little differently today, because you know how usually I have everybody go take a turn. I can't wait for taking turns. I have to talk, okay? This episode is about... We just have to talk. It's impossible to take turns. So, if you feel excited, I mean, we're going to try and make sure there's not a lot of chaos, but we're going to try, if you, I'm gonna just let you guys, if you feel the need to just add in on something I say, go ahead. But try not to make it too chaotic. Okay, guys? You get what I mean? Does that make sense? Is it dumb? Are you psyched? I don't care. Let's go. Let's just begin. Okay?
Let's do this for the watch.
Alright, so for the first picture we have here. First picture wasn't a biggie deal. We have, what's his name? Jamie and Bronn. Taking a look at the Unsullied. I didn't understand where they were at first with this picture. I was like, so are they at the, whose tower are they at? Is it where, what's the name died? The Queen of Thorns? That's her castle, right? Yeah. That's her castle, isn't it?
I thought this was King's Landing.
I can't tell if it's King's Landing. I thought it was her. I don't know anymore. But then they can't be there. So wait, did Daenerys bring her entire army to this? Like, you attack me and you're dead. Like, and then we got Jon Snow coming in on boat with Tyrion, and you know, everybody's just coming in for this. Man, this is gonna be one heck of a meeting. But let's move on, because there's not much to talk about in this first part. Let's just get to the more exciting stuff here. More exciting part. Oh yeah, the reunions we were getting. What did you guys think about these reunions we were getting, man? We had the Hound and Brienne. I could have sworn there was gonna be some sort of butting heads there because he got beat by Brienne. I thought they were just gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna. We're gonna rematch later. Like, me, you, back alley now. Like, what do you guys think?
It's back alley. Well, I thought it was dope. I thought the reunions that they had in the show were very... It kind of filled the hole that I had in my heart about the show.
Which one, though? Uh-oh. Oh, no! No! Blitz got lagged out. Okay. What about you, Boss 9? You there? Where's everybody? Oh, no! I lost my crew!
What?
Rock Lobster, answer up, man. We got people who are waiting.
So yeah, that was the Brienne and the Hound. That was funny. Them talking about Arya.
Oh yeah, what did he say? He said something about Damn, what did he say?
He mentioned how, like, you know, I'm not dead. You know.
Oh, he said he wouldn't get in her way also. Like, she was like, if you're here, who's protecting her? She's like, oh, she doesn't need protecting. That's basically what she said.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Good, cool with me.
Like, I'm not gonna get in her way either. So the two of them were like, yeah, she's pretty tough.
Yeah, no, she is, and I don't even know, the Hound doesn't even know how tough she is yet. Like, she hasn't seen her in action yet. Boss 9, are you there? Oh, next time tell me. Yeah, next time tell me. So then, what did you think about this scene here? Oh yeah, because you know what? I completely forgot that he was with Tyrion. And it's like, oh yeah, you were with him. Well, because well, yeah, I suppose so. Mm. Right. Well, I liked also. Well, okay, go ahead, Rock. What were you gonna say?
I thought just with them, it was totally like respect. They both know, like, you know, they both were doing the same mission. They fought over the same mission. They, you know, it was a mutual respect there about. Like,
oh, you mean you're talking about the Hound still, right?
Yeah. And then with the conversation with Tyrion and Bronn was hilarious too, because it was.
Oh, they were just insulting each other, and they're just like, yeah. "I missed you." You're like, "I missed you too."
Like, I missed you.
Like,
yeah,
oh yeah, I hate you.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really like him as a character either. He's kind of boring. He complains too much. Like, really, there's nothing like, "Oh, give me gold, and then he complains about getting gold. Like, what is your problem? Well, he wants to survive. He knows that. Yeah. I'll just be like, get out of here. You're not invited. But I am happy with, you know, the way, what I was thinking also, the way that Brienne and the Hound were looking at each other. I was like, uh-oh, do they got a thing now? Okay, I'm a little bit more down for them than I was with the the dude that has a crush on Brienne. I was just like, oh, okay, I can kind of, maybe. But with the, I can't remember Tommen. With him and Brienne and Tommen, I was just like, nah, I'm not feeling it. It's just a little weird. I mean, maybe fits somewhere else with others, but I thought the smirk that Brienne and the Hound did was just better. Just like, opening a fresh cup of a soda here. I know that doesn't make sense, but anyway. Next scene is they're in the dragon's pit. Oh, the first thing we see is the Hound rolling up on the mountain. Man, I really was hoping for them to go at it. Like, oh, even if they took out. By the way, I want to talk about how many times the mountain halfway took out his sword and put it back. Like, I'm gonna. Okay, I won't. Oh, alright, yeah, I'm gonna. I don't even. He didn't say he died. He said he would just heal. I don't understand what the heck he is anymore. He's not a zombie. Is he a zombie? I think the dude was trying to create a zombie, and this is as best as he could do it. Yeah, he just lost a lot of blood, basically. He did cut his throat. He just doesn't want to. I don't know. I don't. Oh, I think he did say. I remember that when. Oh, I do remember that actually. I feel like I remember her saying "Oath of Silence" somewhere. Okay, what about this part where Cersei's just waiting? I didn't think Daenerys was gonna show up. Honestly, I thought that was it because I didn't see her in the trailer. So I was like, oh, I guess she's not gonna be in this meeting. Then she does show up, and with the dragon, Cersei's waiting. She's like, where is she? And Tyrion's like, oh, she'll be here in a minute. He's like, she's got us waiting. Yeah, like, like, where do you have a spot for a large dragon? Like, yeah, we got a big dragon pit. You can park it there. Oh my god. But no, the way she rode up in that dragon and the dragon was just roaring, I feel like that was her just showing off. I was just like, Cersei wasn't even, Cersei's face, she wasn't even flinched. She wasn't even impressed. She was just like, whatever. Let's get on with this. She didn't really ask any questions about her third dragon too. I was hoping she would actually ask Daenerys in person. So where's your other dragon? But I guess she would be like she said before in this meeting that she doesn't trust Daenerys no matter what she says. So it wouldn't have mattered whatever question she had for her. She wouldn't believe it coming out of Daenerys' mouth. So, but yeah, no, the first straight up though, I gotta say that part. I don't know, Daenerys seemed very silent in this meeting too. Like, it's just like she was talking, the way Cersei was talking to Daenerys, and she was just kind of like taking it. I guess it was just probably because she didn't want to get her angry. Because we've seen Daenerys angry. We know she's not the one to stay silent. She's just like, oh, well, whatever. She's just like, what was the thing she said she said Cersei said we've been waiting for some time, and Daenerys just like, oh yeah, sorry. I was just like, that's it. Cersei's getting all angry, man. It's just like, oh, I was just like screaming in my seat. It was just so funny. Alright, so next part here. So the next part, oh my god, this part here with the Hound in this box, I literally got out of my chair because I was like, okay, it's either dead and this whole thing is an embarrassing presentation. or it's gonna come out because I thought it was gonna just be like because it's sunny in King's Landing and it just was dead. I thought this is gonna be all for nothing, and he just like playing around with it and kicks the thing in Cersei's face, just like don't eat me. Oh man, that was just perfect. And that's because I said in the last podcast, I said when they bring this one little walker over, it's probably not going to be enough to convince her because they just walk. They don't seem to do much. But the way this one guy gives this guy a freaking I don't know, medal for for how aggressive he was. It's like he was ticked off for being in that box for so long. Like, you let me out! Right? He wanted a raise, but I loved it though. It was great. Like I'm glad that they basically scared her straight in this. Oh, she's still plotting, yeah. But like she said, it was thinking the same thing though. Like even it doesn't matter who wins, she's not gonna win. Like so, it's like I can understand. I thought she was honestly gonna be nice for a change though. Like Jamie didn't want to go for it, but we'll get to that part later on because I have pictures for that one. But man, I'm just the way they did it though. Like when first seeing it, first glance, I was just like, they scared her straight.
I
And that was
didn't
perfect.
feel like any of her reactions were genuine. I didn't feel
Really?
like she would,
On first glance?
I didn't feel like it scared her enough. I didn't feel like from anything she said from the beginning, it just seemed like she was like,
You think she was just faking the performance? Because they really,
Yeah.
honestly, they could have just let this walker keep going.
She was.
It would have given, because you saw how close it was. They didn't even react. That freaking mountain was taking his sweet time, taking out his sword and putting it back again. Like, like here it is. Oh, no, it's not.
I know when it ran at her and everything, there was like that part might have been like, whoa, but after that, she seemed like, about the whole thing.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, her reaction, I think, was genuine. Because it was actually something she didn't think. I didn't think it was going to be that aggressive. I thought they were just going to come out.
When it ran at her and she jumped, yes. But, like, after that, and actually, when she first saw it, too, the whole thing
She's definitely
seemed
convinced that
really
it was
calm.
real. It's just my thing is, did she actually believe it was real before they got there? Like, I don't know.
I think she'd have to see the thousands and millions of them.
Yeah,
covered every year.
definitely.
I just think that was not enough.
But
for her.
she said
seemed to
like
chill.
later on though she well I won't bring it up because I have a picture of her later, but she just I don't know this part on first glance I thought she was gonna have a change of heart, but she does. Oh yeah, so she does ask for Jon Snow. She does agree to a truce with Daenerys. As long as Jon Snow also agrees to the truce, which I didn't really understand. What does she mean by Jon Snow? You also have to agree to the truce. I'm like, what? Like, not attack you? Well, it was already too late for that. Kind of late.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, and the fact that he kept his word, though. Go ahead.
I just think she was under the impression that John and her hadn't really met up too much previous to that meeting or something, but they already had no lines, obviously, but I almost didn't believe that either. Like, I know John and, like, the Starks have a reputation of keeping true on their word, but I just don't think that she'd even if he said that he would and lied, I don't really think she'd have believed that either.
Well, but she knew Ned Stark, and Ned Stark was the same way, so I think she would have believed him.
I don't know. That whole thing just made me think there's nothing she would believe in, anyone she would trust. And she said that before too, trust no one. So I just don't think she trusts.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, but in this case, nobody's gonna win.
Yeah.
Alright.
If he'd have pledged to her, I just think that it wouldn't have done anything. Either way, either scenario, because they were all like.
Well, I would have
"You
wanted to see
should've lied."
Daenerys's reaction to that, but I think, you know, apparently she was actually kind of ticked off that he didn't. Just like, you know, you can lie. But what do you think about this very short reunion between Jaime Lannister and Brienne of Tarth? Just like, oh hey, see you across the battlefield, goodbye.
With them, I feel there's so much, like, I don't know, I think there could be a romance with them.
No, she's too big for him.
I do, though.
You mean by this point or after this point? Oh, really? Ah. Wow, well. Oh well, he's here now. But I'm glad, I guess, that we get a little bit of extended scene with them. And so basically after that, Tyrion is sent off to go, well, not sent off, he offers to go and talk to Cersei. And I kind of knew he wasn't gonna die. I just felt like he wasn't gonna be imprisoned after this. I was just like, maybe it's a good idea. I mean, what else could she say? She just had to get steam off. Maybe. And I was actually a little convinced by this. I was convinced because Tyrion believed it when he said she was pregnant. And I was just like, is she? I'm like, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe she is. I thought it was faking. Later on we find out that it is fake. Because, you know, it's all part of a plot. But, you know, Daenerys is just like, I don't want it to be murder by the Cersei. I like how Jon Snow also offers to go and see Cersei. Tyrion's like, yeah, she'll definitely kill you if you go. I was just like, oh, well, yeah, she probably would, actually. I don't know, any thoughts about this scene? About the whole conversation? Their acting was really good in this, especially Cersei. The lady who plays Cersei, she did really well. Because we didn't see a lot of dialogue within these episodes. Go ahead.
Well, my biggest thing about that whole thing was she just was once again not taking responsibility for her part and everything, trying to tell Tyrion it's his fault that her kids are dead and because she killed the father. I was just like, dude, own up for it, because you like set almost all that up yourself.
Oh. Wait, which part? Which kid died?
Well, her daughter died.
Her daughter died, but it wasn't Tyrion had no. Oh, it was Tyrion who sent her away. It was his plan.
He sent her away, but they would never have killed her if she hadn't have set that whole trial up for Tyrion, and then they killed her lover. That was all her. He was on trial for something he never even did.
But she actually believed it, though. I mean, I do believe that at first I didn't think she actually believed it. I think she just wanted Tyrion dead. But in these current episodes, now I believe she actually did think Tyrion did it. Because it made it seem like... Go ahead.
There was really no reason for her to think that he did it, though. But she still... I just think she's always hated him. It's really easy to blame him. And Sansa. She was looking for anything.
But when she was told that Olenna did it, I was a little convinced that she actually believed Tyrion did it because.
But did you notice that she still had no remorse either for blaming him? It was like she didn't care. Oh. She's like, oh, you should have killed her.
Well, because she feels that it was you may have not have killed Joffrey, but you were responsible for everybody else. Like, who said that?
Yeah,
he did kill his father, but all that's
usually when you falsely accuse someone and then you really are proven wrong, you should be like, I'm sorry, but there was nothing. She was like, still, he's back. There was no response to that. It just was, I just think, like, own responsibility for your things you did, because she set a lot of that stuff up herself.
I think you know what? I want to see a size difference. I'm just realizing, it's a little off topic, but I'm just realizing, like, the size difference between Tyrion and the mountain. Like, he probably has to look way up, like, you're looking at the sky. Everybody else is small too, but I mean, Jesus, like, you don't even really get to see it. You just see, like, the mountain's belt. That's pretty much what you said. When they can't even be in a shot together. It's funny. Shh. Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Okay. Alright, so the next picture we have is, oh yes, some alone time with Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow. So, here we have Jon Snow picking up some bones, I don't have any pictures of the dragon bones, but basically, you see how small the dragons were at a point before they died, and it's just like, is that how it works? Like, like animals just get big, they get small, and then they die? I don't think that's how they work, but the way they were being treated here, and I didn't even know this, I guess maybe it was in the books, that this was a place where they made dragons slaves, I suppose?
Yeah, the conversation was basically about how they put the dragons in captivity and stuff until they got small and small, you know.
But why? For amusement, or? So it kind of looks like an arena. So they had them fight each other, or what? They had to fight men, or? Well, yeah, it sucks. I mean, but I suppose that makes sense. So she said it was the part of the destruction of her family, or the end of her family. It look, I guess, I mean, it's a good, metaphorically speaking, I suppose it is. Because they started using that's like saying the U.S. is playing around with nukes and we're just shooting them into the ocean. No reason. Why are you testing out the nukes? Don't worry about it. Oh, you're talking about last pictures. Yeah, go ahead. Well, it's because he is fascinated by it, because he's usually the one that tries to recreate these things, but he's not able to figure out how. So it's just like, and the fact that it's basically like saying somebody did it and he wants to know how. I'm betting he becomes a White Walker. I'm betting he does, because he's so fascinated with death. Why don't you try it sometime? I'm kidding. But him turning into a White Walker, yeah. But alright, so Daenerys and Daenerys also again brings up the fact that she can't have children. But Jon Snow's like, do you think that she's a reliable source of information? I was just like, start the fire, Jon. Start the fire. We're in the snow. I'm kidding. Alright, so Tyrion actually convinces, I guess somehow convinces her, I wish we were able to see it, Cersei to come back and talk to Jon Snow and Daenerys, and she offers I don't think she agreed to a truce, but she agreed to help. So basically send the soldiers with Daenerys and Jon to go up and fight these guys. I'm guessing they said the north. I'm wondering where north. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's not at the wall, because the wall's dead, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering where they would start fighting in the first place. We'll see. But any final thoughts about this, by the way? That's everything. Alright. Goody. Get some good stuff. The chemistry here. Oh god. Okay, so we got the conversation between Sansa and Littlefinger. Now, I can't even remember everything that they said, because it's just basically, I like to play a little game. Like, have you seen the movie Saw? I want to play a game. The rules are simple. But I was just getting so mad at Sansa. Sansa, I swear to God, if you do go this path, I will never forgive you. But this scene, though, oh. Talking about it. No, we're not on that. We're not on that. No, we're talking about the conversation. Conversation. That's alright, you look at the pictures, right?
So while she's talking to him, and like he's all like, imagine the worst, and what, and you know.
Oh yeah, that's the game.
Through,
Imagine the worst thing. I didn't really understand that game, to be honest.
Yeah, he's walking her through it. Like, what would she do with the note? Why would she have done that? What's the proof of that? What's the, you know, she has this ability to change her face. You know, what's her motive? Why'd she come back here? And like, as Sansa's saying like those words, like it was really hard for me to believe as she's saying them that she really thinks that that's a real scenario that's gonna happen. Like, the fact that Arya just came back to kill her, that makes no sense.
I mean, but it would make sense if they were actually going to go in that direction, because she could just take Sansa's face and take the invitation and go kill Cersei.
But Sansa had just gotten that note recently, so why would the fact that she came to Winterfell just to kill Sansa, which is what he was trying to say, wouldn't have made sense.
I don't think he knew that they had a conversation yet either, like what she did with that knife and then eventually just turned it around and gave it to Sansa. She could have did it right then and there.
I've been saying since the beginning that I just did not believe any of this, and I don't believe it. I thought this whole thing was them playing him, and this conversation and him walking her through these things and looking at her face, I did not believe that she thought Arya was gonna kill her. I felt like she was playing.
I actually, it got to me because I was just like, Sansa, you freaking, I knew it. You've been a brat since you started this series. I was just like,
thinking,
oh.
I was thinking completely opposite. I was thinking she was playing him right there, and he was stupid. That she was like, I just was waiting for it.
But I was like, what could be the point of this? But you know, we found out the point later. It's just like, I was just thinking like, why? What would be the point of playing him like this? Why can't you just get him?
I just thought they're playing him the way that he plays. You know, they didn't want to have him have a chance to weasel out because he is a weasel. I just thought they were playing him the way that he plays everyone else. He got a taste of his own medicine because he thinks he's so smart. Like, well, it was a good taste to tell him, like, you know, you're not that smart, you know, we just outsmarted you didn't see it coming, which I thought
we will get to that part for sure, because I just want to talk about the facial expressions in that one too. Just like, but so before we get to that part though, the next scene is with Theon Greyjoy getting his dignity back. He talks to Jon Snow first about it, and he basically tells him that you don't have to choose between a Stark and a Greyjoy, which is another metaphor for what Jon Snow is, because he's Targaryen and Stark. So I guess we'll be seeing that next season on, like, if he'll be choosing sides, and Theon Greyjoy is gonna come back with like, you remember what you said? Like, yes, I do. Like, I've seen that on other TV shows too that do that. But the way this fight was, I was just like, oh my god, man, this fight is so lame. Like, didn't have any. I was just like, did they not know this by now? I thought they were making fun of him for it. But I guess he doesn't spread out that information.
I love the camera pan because they showed us, and when you looked, he was just kicking his leg.
Oh.
Like, if you watch it, the scene, it's not even in the crotch. Like,
you can kind of see a few things, like, in this, too, like, where they're not actually hitting each other. I'm like, yeah, you missed.
It was really bad. I was like, why'd you show us? Because it just shows that you aren't doing anything.
You're just like, oh. Ooh, you hear the
Yeah, it was like, yeah. It was a corny fight scene.
That's why I was like,
well.
this fight was so lame.
Yeah.
I was just like, did you miss right there? I think you missed. But yeah, I heard it. It's like, it's kind of like you're lagging or something.
He had like a bloody stain on his butt.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I was like, what's on his pants?
I didn't see it. Oh my god, I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that scene now. Just like I maybe you are a girl. I'm kidding.
Oh,
No, but like this, like I said, this fight was so weird. Like I get that he was trying to get his dignity back. It's weird how it all of a sudden turns on in this scenario. Like, you know, like I'm just like, so what happened to Reek? My name is Reek. Reek.
I was just thinking too. It's like, didn't you just watch what happened or know what's going on?
He had a freak out session.
Important to save his sister now. It's important to fight the White Walkers, but okay.
I don't think he saw. Oh, well, he did. He was there. Yeah.
Yeah. I just
well,
thought, okay,
I don't know, but we saw what the rest of the guys were about to do. They were about to go and raid villages and rape people. It's just like, oh, well, yeah, we can't have that. Go stop him now. Stop. But
I
no.
was just thinking maybe he'll find out the plan of Euron if he's over there. Maybe that will come. We'll see more of what's going on.
Well, I don't think he's expecting him to come, so I mean, who knows if they can sneak on there, then that'll be fun, but it'll be fun if he gets caught in the act. But yeah, no, this, we'll see next season. We will see if Theon Greyjoy is still Reek. I was hoping he would get a little bit more of a flashback or something, like, and just snap back into it. At least, you know, go back to the whole PTSD thing that he's got. If anything, that's PTSD with him. Blitz said Arya had PTSD, and I was like, no, I don't think she does. I don't see her freaking out like Reek does.
No, if anyone would have it, I think it would be Sansa and maybe Reek.
Sansa, oh well.
What she went through, that's pretty traumatic, I think. But
I can't even remember everything. Well, I guess, yeah, I can. The part where with Joffrey and where he was like, I like her pretty, that part made me so angry.
Yeah. Well,
oh
whatever
my God.
Ramsay did, we don't even know all the things Ramsay did. I mean,
no, we don't.
Joffrey. So I was saying Sansa should be pretty messed up.
Joffrey, I think Joffrey was just like to straight up kill people. With Ramsay, he preferred torturing people and prolonging it. So, Joffrey was just like, yeah, I want him dead. Didn't want to play with him. I mean, he did. Yes. Oh, yeah, no, I know that. I know that already. Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured that out a while ago. It's just, it's probably where he was. I mean, I don't know how they found out he had acting chops from those little scenes, but like, yeah, we're gonna place you at the back. But like, you do have to audition for those parts. So, hey, whatever. I want to see his audition. To be honest, like, I like her pretty. Smack her in the face a little. I'm kidding. But alright, so next scene here. Let's see, what's next? Oh, yes, so now we can get into talking about what you guys said before. The meeting. So the first thing we go into, and we have Sansa and Bran sitting at a big old flat wooden table with candles. And I'm just thinking, oh, come on. But at the same time, like, did Bran tell her something? Why are you guys sitting together? I highly doubt Bran is just going to let this go. Hello? Snap into it, man. I'm like, why is Bran actually not caring right now? Like, anything? No? But he didn't change that much. He still cares. I mean, maybe, but also this is the same thing, like, before we get to the whole Peter Baelish thing, like, when Arya was, like, asking questions, like, you sure you want to do this and all this, and Sansa agreed, yeah, I'm good, I thought this could be the reason that Bran gave her the knife and this whole court thing. This could be also getting Arya back on the path to killing Cersei. I was like, oh, so if she gets sent away, she's probably just going to go straight to King's Landing and go after Cersei like she was going to. And, you know, like, that's why Bran gave her the knife. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, maybe this could actually go another way, you know?
I never thought that. That's interesting. But
Yeah, because I was like, since Bran gave her a knife and, you know, blah, blah.
She had a smirk on her face, which made me think that she knew something was up that, and she wasn't, like, worried.
I thought it was just because she thought this whole thing was stupid. Like, she just like, this is ridiculous. Why you got men bringing me in here? Like, you know I can kill both of these guys, right? Like, so but it didn't
I was
turn
just
out
paying
that way,
attention to her smile, because I'm just like, she knows something. There's something going on. She's too happy here.
Like I said, I just thought it was because she thought the whole thing was ridiculous. But it turned out, so what is it, like, Sansa didn't go straight to Baelish. She just went talking to Arya, like, the charges, like, you stand accused of murder, you stand accused of treason. How do you, was it like, how would you accept these charges, or how would you, what was it, what's the word she said, how do you something these charges, basically, I can't remember. But
see, that's where they lost me, because I was like, did Arya do treason? Because I don't think so. I know she's murdered, but I didn't think she was
murder, but I was like, murder who? Like, like the Frey, are we gonna count that? Like, like, sure, murder for the family, basically, if that's what you want to do. But then I thought maybe Sansa probably, you know, spooked something up, and, like, you know, like, Arya would have been like, what are you talking about? I didn't murder anybody. And, you know, I thought Sansa was gonna pull a rabbit out of the hat or something, but turns out she was talking to Peter Baelish. She turned, and I was like, oh my god. I was just like, oh my god. I was clapping in my seat, man. I was like, oh yes.
That's when I was like, that's what I had called from the very beginning. I just knew it. I knew they were playing him. I said it from the beginning, and I was like, I'm glad it turned out.
It was like watching a football game, man.
Yeah. I knew it had to go that way, because I could not see how either one of them would believe any of those things between each other, because they know each other better than they know him.
The best part also was like that way Arya asked the question. She was like, my sister asked you a question. How do you accept these charges?
That precise moment was when you knew that they had to have been discussing outside of what they showed us.
Yeah, like, I was just like, oh, so you guys know about this. It's Bran. Yeah. It was because I was happy Bran was there too, because he is the part of the house, so they're just filling up the table.
Yeah, and the fact that all three of them must have at some point discussed it. It just seemed that way after that when they were all talking. I'm like,
But if they knew all this was going to happen, I'm just wondering why send Brienne away then? If Sansa was all on top of the game here, then why the heck did she send Brienne away?
I think all those things were for Peter's eyes. Like, they did this whole scene for him. Those argument scenes when she pulled out the mask and everything, I think they were making these big dramatic scenes around, hoping that spies
she pulled out the mask, but Peter Baelish didn't do anything with that though. Like, he didn't see that.
She just wanted... He may have not have seen it, but I think that all those performances that we got to see, I think they were really big and loud.
Well,
and the doors
think this
were
was
open.
Before. No.
I think they wanted. I think the whole thing. I think they did it for his spies, because Brian said that he's talking to everybody, he's manipulating everyone. I just think that they were making sure that it was covered. So whenever they snuck off, they snuck off in secret and they talked, but they made sure that they were like leaving little breadcrumbs for him, just like he would do.
I think it's No, because I think she actually was questioning Arya's loyalty at a point. Because that part where she finds the faces, I don't think she just was like, oh, you got faces. Like, no, I genuinely believe she was a little freaked out by that. But then after that, she probably had went into a discussion because I don't think Peter Baelish wasn't in the room for that. I don't think he heard any of that.
That was the point. It wasn't about him being in the room. They made sure all this stuff was loud and the doors were open. Anyone could hear it.
Nah, I ain't buying that. I think it's just they had a discussion after that. After that, then when she found the faces, because then they can probably Arya could take Littlefinger's face and go to King's Landing and get
now,
Cersei.
Yeah, that's probably why she slit his neck.
Yeah.
You know, she can have his face.
But also because, like, when she discovered the faces, she found out what Arya can actually do. Like, that's what...
I'm not so sure that she didn't already know all that. Because,
with the faces, I highly doubt it.
I feel like there were so many conversations that were hidden from, like, they didn't show it. We're just supposed to know that they probably talked.
Boss 9? What about you? Been awfully silent.
I said it, I think last time, whenever he died, I really felt very because all the shit just that I never did in the first season. I felt like we all got closure, and even when Joffrey died, I mean, I was really, really, excited and, glad that he died, but Baelish, I think what makes him worse was that he's very good at scheming, and
that's what Game of Thrones was about.
yeah, and I think a lot of people, he was able to trick, and a lot of people exactly weren't aware of some of the things that he said, so he was able to continue going through the factions he did versus Joffrey. No, it was pretty obvious he told him what he done, so it was, determined that he didn't go.
Well,
So like when him and Micah had plotted to kill John Arryn, nobody knew that until they had confirmed it.
well, fun fact, real quick. Sansa, the girl who plays Sansa, in a Comic-Con conference was asked, well, actually everybody in the Comic-Con conference was asked, who would you prefer to be on the Iron Throne? Sansa said, Littlefinger. She's like, I think it would be fun. I think it'd be quirky. And I was like, no, it would not.
Probably because she works closer with him. But
Peter
I love the fact that she's like, he's like, I loved your mother, and she's like, and you betrayed her.
Oh yeah, you betrayed
like,
me.
You betrayed me. I was
like
exactly.
You obviously like to betray people you like.
Yeah, it's like dude, you have no real. You don't even know if you believe him then, because it's so easy for him.
What also was weird though, seeing him actually on his knees about to cry. I was like, oh come on, get up.
That's why I was like, dude, he's such a baby.
Just like, really, dude? After all that talk about grabbing the crown and all, I'm like, no.
Well, he made it very clear that he is not a fighter. He thinks he's got like the wits, the genius wits. So like, it was so funny to watch him know that he couldn't hold a sword or fight anybody. He just dropped on the ground and cried. Like, yeah, because you're a wimp. And that's
the fact
I was
that
like,
he got his neck slit though. Got his neck slit though, so perfectly, like.
He may have been smart, but he was like, he didn't have any fighting ability. Just not a good king.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do all kings have to fight in this? Well, maybe I guess they do.
I would think so. I mean, they have
to. Because Daenerys is not a fighter. But she's trying to be a queen.
To have a military background or some kind of
good commander,
combat.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have some kind.
But we don't know if Peter Baelish could do that. I mean, he probably could do some commanding. We just never seen him do it.
I don't know. He's never. It helps.
Just imagine him actually having an army. Like, in this case, I don't even know. Well, they just in the Battle of the Bastards, he just got some extra people, and there wasn't really anything to strategize. But I think he would probably make a good strategist.
I just
the way
think
he
that
schemes.
When it came to like he's never really been on a battlefield before. I just think he wouldn't have like the first-hand experience on that.
Mm. Well, let's go to the next scene here. But this was very satisfying. This was a football game for me, man. Just standing up in my seat. Man, I was just like, yes, clapping and all. Alright, so we're at the last few scenes here. We have Cersei and Jaime talking about, well, basically Jaime was first getting ready to actually get the men and start heading to the wall, and then Cersei's just like, you are very stupid if you actually think we're gonna be going to the wall. Jaime's like, huh? Like, what you talking about? The fact that they got this big, oh man, this mountain man is everywhere. I'm starting to like him though, because the fact that he's so silent, he's so big, man. He reminds me of the Undertaker, but with armor. Like, this dude is the Undertaker with armor. But this, like, so he decides to leave Cersei. Cersei actually threatens to kill him, and then Jaime doesn't believe it. If I'm correct, right? That's how it went down, right? Basically, she threatened to kill Jaime, and Jaime was like, do it. And she actually shook her head. She didn't say it, but she just shook her head to the mountain, just like, go ahead and do it. And again, the mountain doesn't take out his sword all the way. He just puts it back. I was like, are you gonna eventually take that out, or do I have to get it? But yeah, it's just, so what did you guys think about this? It was bound to happen between them. Like, the fact that it happened in this way, I don't know. I thought it was still good that he left. I'm glad that he left.
I think, yeah, I'm definitely glad he left, but with Cersei that's still arrogant and ignorant, and I think, even though everything that she's learned from her father, it still shows
Right.
debt, and still think, well, over in Essos, I'm gonna buy the golden company.
Right, the Golden Company. That was in the book, too. Like,
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Well, this is gonna be the best, military there is, and, I'm gonna fuck up my enemies.
Yeah.
Doesn't realize the severity, how much damage there is. I mean, let's say everybody in the North died. Already, Daenerys had said at least there's 100,000 of the dead. At least, probably 150,000. And everybody in the North, that false up reports about
A million. No, she said a million.
a million?
No, in King's Landing, Tyrion said a million. I wasn't sure which part are we talking about. In King's Landing, Tyrion was asked by Jon, how many people do you think are in King's Landing, and Tyrion said about 1 million. I was like, shoot, man. Like, that's gonna bulk it up there. If they get to King's Landing, oh, watch Cersei try and make a command decision like, we can work together. And dude's not just gonna answer, he's just gonna be like, why? Like, I don't think so. Everything's mine. You're mine. Everything. But what was the point I was trying to make here?
I just think good on Jaime, because I think that he finally really realizes that, their love is not equal.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just, he's more for honor, and I guess, I've always been tired of guys that keep doing that, because it gets them screwed in the end. Like, I like it, but it sucks because of the people that aren't honorable, and then they get screwed over by people who aren't honorable. So it's just, that's how the game goes, unfortunately. But if they choose honor, we'll see if Jon Snow will win in this case, because he's an honorable man. And seems Jaime is too.
From the beginning, though, I think this is more about, like, their personal relationship and how he realizes that, like, you're not really, you don't love me as much as I love you. And if he didn't even know, like, she was sleeping with, the cousin at one point at the beginning. He doesn't know
I forgot about that. I didn't even know he was a Lannister. God.
Yeah, she was sleeping with another Lannister cousin, and he didn't know
what is it with her and
he,
relatives, man? Oh my god.
Yeah. And he had like said that he'd been with nobody but his sister. So I was like, yeah, he's obviously really loyal. He has no clue that she's ready to marry
Well,
this
she's been
next
with
guy.
Brienne. He's been with Brienne now, so maybe we'll see him switch sides.
Yeah.
Like I'm wondering, like once he gets to the wherever he's going to the north, if he's gonna tell everybody that she's actually not gonna go with the plan, and if Daenerys is
That's the
gonna freak
best
out about
part.
it.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen
He's
because
gonna
I
tell
think they
everybody that
they need
she's
to
not going
know.
with it.
Yeah, they all need to know that.
I mean, I guess this also shows Cersei's weakness too. Like, you know, that she does have one. She cares about her family, except for Tyrion apparently.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I've always thought she cared about her family. I mean, the way that I forgot to mention this in the meeting that she had with Tyrion, the way that she talked about her family, like, and I'm thinking about their family as a whole, like, something twisted must have happened to them to become like this cruel family and feel like the need to be cruel to everybody else to keep their family safe. I mean, there's nothing wrong with their children besides Joffrey, but you know, I mean, you know, I'm also at the same time feeling a little bad for the Lannisters because it's just like they have to be cruel. Like I don't know if it's their choice to be cruel or if they just have to be cruel because of them losing a bunch, or if just people are cruel to them. It's just like if it's a vicious circle. I don't know. What are you gonna say, Boss Nine?
A lot of people think that maybe Jamie is most likely going to die, and at some point they will probably have to reduce his life for a start, because I I totally see that it's revealed that Jamie wants to put his friends down via talent, and I see that pissing off a lot of people, John and all of them, and now he's become a very honorable and actually a very decent person, as was in the last I'm gonna put it
Mm-hmm.
down.
Well, yeah, he was just very very what's the word? What I want to use? He's just what's the word? He had a big ego. Yeah, big ego.
Yeah,
He's like a great warrior. He can fight everything, but because he lost his hand, now he realizes that he can't do much.
like he didn't want Jamie to like demonize him anymore.
Yeah, it's probably part of like I don't know. Like we're still talking about this god that also can
I
bring
think it was
back the life.
as soon as yeah he got his hand chopped off and he was in that hot tub with Brienne or whatever they were taking the bath and he
That
started
was so
talking
weird.
about the reason why he killed the king, he started telling the true story of that. That's when
What
you
was the
kind of got to
reason? Does
see
anybody
like
remember?
he was just basically saying like he just was watching everybody die and he just he couldn't sit back and do it anymore. It was
But what
really
about the Lannisters
honorable.
though? What was the Lannisters doing at that time? Was my question. Because like if he didn't do it, I mean, was it because the Lannisters were also suffering, or?
I think that nobody wanted to do it. I think that there was that he was a king's guard to the king, and then his father I think was fighting the battle against them at the time or something like that.
No, because they had a Lannister for a Kingsguard, so I'm assuming that the Lannisters were and the King or the Targaryens maybe Mad King were maybe in alliances with each other. Otherwise, why
But
is he a
see,
Kingsguard? I mean,
what it came down to, I think it was they were all good with it, but then he started going nuts and killing everybody, including the people that had swore to him and were loyal to the king. He started killing them all. It didn't matter because he went crazy, and I think his father, started a battle against them, and I
well,
think it
everybody
wasn't.
apparently started against him, even
Yeah, and I
the.
don't know. I don't
Mhm.
remember if it was going badly, like they were gonna lose or whatever, but Jamie was like just watching him do this. Oh yeah, it was. He said that he was telling everyone to burn them all, including his family, and he was like, I don't want to watch my family burn, while I sit here and can do something. And that's basically when he like stabbed him in the back or something like that.
I do remember
So I
seeing him
think
getting
they were
stabbed in the back,
losing.
yeah. But
I think they were losing the fight, and Jamie just had enough. He's like, I can't watch this. And
I
like,
just
you know, he
I
had
hope they
never
make a
told
prequel for all
anyone
of
the
this.
story.
I
But
really hope they
yeah,
make a prequel for all this. After the Game of Thrones is over, I want them to go back and we see Rhaegar, we see Ned Stark's, the entire family when they were young, like maybe young Ned. I mean, if they get the same actors to play Ned, because dude that played young Ned, I can buy him for old Ned Stark too. Like, because he looks pretty good, pretty much like him. Everybody just looks like him and like themselves in the past in this game, at least in this show. But I do hope they make a prequel of some sort. Maybe even if they make it a movie, because it doesn't need to be that long. But what is
that's
it?
good.
They're making like 4 more stories from what I heard. One of them.
Well, hold on. We'll save that towards the end. Let's keep going first. So let's go to the next part. We only have a few more pictures.
Before we move on, but what I was saying is, I could totally see like before Jamie dies, he might like meet his wife or one of the Starks, kind of prove himself, and then he, I guess, dies. Like that.
Brr, did he do something to Brand? Oh, yeah, he lost his legs. Right, I forgot.
Well,
That was like the
I
first
still
thing.
think Arya is gonna kill the queen somehow. So if Jamie, one of them
I
dies,
think
I'm
that's
still
gonna
thinking
happen.
she's gonna steal their face. I think she's gonna steal their face to get close to Cersei.
I think it's gonna be between Littlefinger and, but it wouldn't be that much of a big surprise if Littlefinger showed up and we're just like, oh, he's alive. No, he's not. I mean,
I'm
like,
just
I don't know.
saying some. It would be
I'd
cool.
rather have
I think
something
it would be
surprising.
really
I
cool.
mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but they could go with the standard way and just go like, oh, Arya takes Littlefinger's face. Littlefinger shows up at Cersei's doorstep, and Cersei's dead.
Yes.
It,
If
Cersei,
somebody has to, someone Cersei trusts.
maybe it
I
could be
think.
also to where like Cersei is about to get surrounded by White Walkers, and Arya decides not to kill her and let her suffer like she did with the Hound. Like that would be a good one. Just like,
I'm just
never
hoping
mind.
way more. I want to see more Arya kills with faces. I want to see a lot more.
Then I would be all confused because I'd be like, so wait, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Like, oh, that's Arya. Okay, so anyway. Oh, you know what would be funny if Cersei got killed by her own mountain.
Oh, yeah.
That would be, I don't know how Arya would pull that off. Some mystical magic there.
That'd be
Be like, put on
face.
stilts. Like, I gotta put on some high heels. And plays the mountain, but okay. So, final scenes here. I'm just gonna go straight to thoughts. You guys already know how I feel. This just, oh, getting busy. I don't know if you guys see the pictures yet. Can you see it? Oh, it's not pulled yet. Well, that's the Jon Snow and Daenerys thing. And we got, Sam and Bronn, talking in the background while they're doing all that. And I was talking to somebody else, one of my colleagues, who said, and they're talking about it while they're doing it. Oh, disgusting. I was just like, well, they don't really know, so it's not... I'm not gonna take them off the list just yet. But what do you guys think about it, though? And seeing Rhaegar for the first time, I'm happy that finally happened.
Yeah.
It looked like him because I thought it was just a Targaryen thing because I was like, that curly hair, get him out of here now. I don't know. He didn't turn his face, so I didn't get a chance to see it. I was just like, oh my god, get him out of here, please. But like I saw his face, and I was like, oh, maybe that's not him. It was the curly hair. It's the curly hair.
That reveal was nice because I had been thinking this whole time that they were trying to say that she was raped and everything. With all the stories about that guy, it didn't really add up.
Well, I mean, there were stories about him, being a, good fighter.
Yeah, they were saying he was really sweet. they were
Yeah,
saying
no,
he was
I saw
sweet and
that,
he
yeah.
sang to people and everything, and I was like, and he's a rapist too. I was like, I don't know if I
Well, we
buy
can
that.
add that to the
So,
list. I mean, he could be.
uh,
Not possible.
it was,
But, go ahead.
It's one of the episodes whenever John's doing the night watch. In the background, when they're in the cafeteria and they're all eating, if I'm correct, there's a part where it shows the killer behind John's back, and you'll see R plus A equals J.
Oh, I didn't see it.
The R plus L equals J.
You're gonna have to send me that picture. Shoot, it's that obvious. Oh man. But okay.
and then the Tyrion watching as they do it, or watching the
I
door.
didn't understand that at all. I was like, "What's your problem, man?"
Yeah, I watched it the first time and I was like, what is going on with it? And then I watched it the second time. I'm like, are you serious? They're trying to make it look like he actually was in love with her. I was like, that's
I am
just
not.
silly.
I don't.
It was.
I don't know, man.
But why?
I could
I don't
too,
know why
but
he'd be disappointed in them doing it. He doesn't know they're related, and she's already had a history.
There's
of
only
doing it
2
with other
people that do.
Yeah.
Or
I
maybe
didn't see why
Littlefinger
he
probably knew
cared.
too. I don't know. Did Littlefinger know? I don't know. He's dead now anyway. Who cares?
What happened was as soon as I saw it, then I started thinking back, and I was like, she was talking about how Jon Snow was little, and then he made that comment about little, and I was like, really? So maybe he was like, thinking you're not gonna consider
Maybe.
me. And then I started thinking back to, like, how he was like a woman, kind of a womanizer. He liked a lot of women, and then that he killed Shay, and then he kind of like stopped womanizing.
But he was more
so
into
forgot.
horrors. He was more into horrors,
Yeah,
not
but I was like,
Daenerys.
he just like, well, he likes women. I mean, that was his whole thing, women and drinking.
Well, I
and
mean, I
was
would
like,
think men would like. I'm kidding.
No, but I mean, he was always with them. But yeah, I'm just saying with her, I was like, everyone wants her. She's so beautiful. Of course, why wouldn't he see her that way? I guess. I mean, the old him would have before he killed Shay. So then I'm thinking, okay, they're just gonna throw that in there that he's moping.
I thought it was just him questioning because he had that discussion with Cersei about family, and he never wanted to betray or never wanted to hurt his family. I thought it was something like that, to where he was thinking about maybe switching sides. I was just like, oh my god, please don't.
He was staring hard at that door.
I was just like, what's wrong with the door? Is there something on it?
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh, that was the room that they just went into. I'm like, hey, if he was deep in thought, he could have been deep in thought someplace else, not lurking where, like, someone's having sex. I don't know, it was just weird.
Well, I mean, it's just because I thought, he's like, no, I just need to use these stairs. Maybe I don't feel like it. There's stairs right there. Maybe he's going to go and walk up the stairs. And
oh, it's just a weird thing they had to throw in. Yeah,
like, is this the way in the bathroom? Like, no, I don't think. Maybe no, but like I said, I thought this was just him thinking about switching sides. Maybe that's what I thought. Like, that's my thought on it. What about you? Know what, Boss 9? What'd you think?
I guess I can see how both of these are right. I mean, at first, sometimes like whenever I watch something, I first don't like catch on or like ended up with I just thought maybe like he was disappointed that she slept with him because like looking at where Hilo sees her so in and that's just like I guess
Why?
I was thinking too about when he first landed on the island. He was hinting like she's pretty, isn't she? Kind of like, and that's all you're interested in too. He was kind of like why aren't you interested in her? You guys have a
Well,
thing
that's why he was
on.
teasing the fact that they were probably into each other. So I thought he would be happy about it. So I was just
that's
like, so what's the deal?
It didn't make sense to me. It just the whole thing. I was like, why did they throw that? That could have been left out.
They're trying to leave Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I was just like,
it seemed like he wanted it to happen from the beginning. Like,
in fact, he's looking at it now. But that's why I think it was just about him maybe switching sides and going back to help the Lannisters, even though I doubt he would help. But if he found out what Cersei was planning, he would be like, oh, never mind. But also, what about the whole Brandon Sam? Like, that was just hilarious.
That part was just funny. I laughed out
It's
loud
just like,
because it was funny.
I'm the three-eyed raven. I see
the
all.
conversation was like, hey, Samuel Tarly. And then
Like,
it
oh,
was
you remember
like,
me? Like, I remember
yeah,
everything.
I remember everything. I'm
Like,
the
can you stop
three.
talking?
I'm the three-eyed raven. He's like, oh, oh. And he goes, like,
That's
what
so
does that
nice.
mean? Yeah, he was like, it seemed like he was just humoring him, like, okay,
That
kind
was
of
just
nutty.
that's like when I walk into somebody's house. I'm like, oh, nice place you
Yeah.
got here.
Oh, and then he's like,
How's
then
the
he's like,
weather?
he starts saying the thing about the note, and he's like, you saw that in a vision? And he's like, no, I have a scroll.
Like, just
It was
like,
just funny.
we still have those? I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hi,
Like,
sleeping. Dog.
highest
No.
method of communication.
Oh, that's funny. I did. That was probably the most funny thing in the whole show.
Yeah, but that's what my colleague was irritated about, is because they were talking about it and doing it at the same time. And you're like, oh, incest. Oh, back in my day. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, but this scene, I'm glad the way they ended it off, it was just awesome. But that's not the way they ended off. I thought they were gonna end off with the boat going off, but I knew we still had a dragon to see. We still had the walkers to see. We haven't checked on them in a while. So we go over here to the wall, and it's been broken down. Oh, by the dragon. What's the name? Tommen's on the wall. Basically, the Suicide Squad's on the wall. Except for what's the name? We don't see Davos and the dude anymore with the hammer. Where did he go? We don't even see him. We don't see him at all in this episode. But I don't know. Maybe he's hiding him away from Cersei, which would be smart. But in this case, though, this was just the way he blew fire, which is funny. If you played the Game of Thrones Telltale series, you see they use blue fire a lot. So the fact that they use it in this, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was hoping for a little bit more though, but in this ending scene, like maybe seeing which direction they were heading towards. I mean, the way they were literally walking, like it was this pace. The pace of their walk was just so slow. Like, oh my god.
Right after, like, sometime after, they said we're gonna go up and tackle that from the Shadow Tower.
Well, it's just where's the wall at? The wall. Once they pass the wall, which direction is that? They just like, we'll go everywhere. We have so many people. You go that way, we go that way, and we'll go straight. But them spreading out like that, I don't think that would be very smart. But and it doesn't. I don't know if this whole walker thing, if it transfers by bite or anything. If they get bit by this thing, do they turn? So it's not like The Walking Dead. Oh.
They had, there's been a part, I think this is that part zone, I can't remember, somebody had gotten bitten, or it showed, and it was scratched, it wasn't like,
Yeah, so they actually have to literally die. It's still a little weird how, like, you see some walkers who are actually, like, skeletons, and others that are actually, like, like the giants. Like, there's still some flesh and meat. There's probably just dark and cold, which is, it's weird. And you see, there's some metaphoric stuff. I don't show it in these pictures here, where like you see snow going over. Winter is actually literally here now. It's everywhere. It's in King's Landing. It's snowing in Does it usually snow in King's Landing? Has it ever snowed in King's Landing? It's never snowed in King's Landing. Wow. So that's gonna be a real game changer on the episode. Well, I mean, in history, has it ever snowed? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess the fact that it went from sunny to snowy was probably a little bit concerning. Like,
it talks about in the books, however long summer is, and in Game of Thrones, his seasons last, like, significantly longer how they last, like, in real life. Like, I think summer lasts a few years, and,
wow.
the base group, they determine how bad winter is by determining how, long summer was. And I think in the book, it was
So they did call it the long night.
yeah. Yeah, there was one winter, it lasted like 10 years. And they talk about it sometimes a bit.
Jesus, I would hate to live in that. Be like, okay, ready for like 10 years of rain? Heck to the no. Like, do we have the kind of umbrellas?
That's like even worse than Alaska, like having to deal with 6 months of dark versus 6 months of snow.
Like, where do we get, you have to stock up on food, have cans, have, they don't have cans, and nor do they have refrigerators. They can use ice, but I don't know if they know that method yet. But yeah, so they're going in. This is it. We've ended off with it's possibility that Daenerys can get pregnant in the next season. It's possible. I mean, I think it can happen to where she's actually going to have a kid, but or in the process of having a kid, or find out that she's actually not cursed. The fact since being how we have shorter episodes, I mean, not shorter episodes, less episodes is it's a little disappointing. I mean, it could work, but it could work with them maybe like starting off to where the walkers are already there and they've already attacked several places, and they're just kind of like in the middle of surviving, and maybe like Daenerys is in Winterfell and something like that. If we're already in the battle and it's already started, then instead of starting from the very beginning, I guess I would get it. It just, well, we would have to see what the directors and writers do with this. Just having less episodes is, if they were gonna have less episodes, at least make it longer. I mean, something.
What I've heard is rumors that next season's gonna like last like as long as each episode is gonna like last as long as the movie. Is what I heard.
But I'm just wondering, like, why are we having less episodes? Is my question.
That's what I was also going to talk about. I'm a little after that last episode ended. I was a little bit bittersweet because I loved it, but I was still a little like I think it was more towards the creators
Mhm.
because that's what I don't understand. I mean,
We've had longer episodes before.
yeah, if they were trying to save money or save time, I can understand that because the season is like close to $1 million. And what scene they're on, they can spend several days without a week on one scene. So I can understand why they would cut short on episodes, but if you do the math between this season and next season, and if they do extend the time for next season, and each one's about as long as the movie, that's gonna almost add up to as if they had 10 episodes per season. So that doesn't exactly make sense. They need to save themselves time, maybe 5 months, which is a good overall for Game of Thrones. It's not that drastic. It's not like you're taking yourself 8 years of time. 5 months.
I mean, it's like a national TV show. I'm not national, sorry, it's a worldwide popular TV. Everybody's watching it, so it's just, I don't know. It's like Star Wars. They shouldn't be running out of money at this point. If anything, it's like they don't want more money. We will pay money to watch more episodes. I swear.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. I mean, when
I thought it was a weather issue.
I think I heard rumors about that. Before season 7 came out, I was pretty that they had too many skin episodes instead of 12 to episode a season. Not taking away 4 episodes. So I was
I mean, some of the stuff I'm okay with them skipping, like the journeys and all that stuff. Like, I don't really need 3 days of them walking.
yeah.
Like, I'm just like, yeah, I get it. They're there. Okay, fine. I guess I get it to where some parts, I guess, that don't make sense, like the Raven or the I can buy Daenerys' dragon. Like I said last podcast, I can buy Daenerys' dragon getting to them on time when they are surrounded by walkers because it can fly over stuff. But then people were talking about the dragon might be able to get there, but Daenerys won't. She should be freezing an icicle on there. I'm like, well, I guess. I don't know. Just accept it. It's magical. Okay. That's what this show is. It's magical.
One thing I knew they would do is like skip several story arcs that would have been I would have
I thought
paid.
Churro was gonna have more things to do. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean like all the other previous episodes, seasons, they have 10 episodes and they take their time explaining the story arc, not just rushing into it fairly fast, trying to fill in the gaps for some reason. I just was not a fan of that. That took everything really
Well, I mean, I guess they did kind of also save a few things for this episode, like the part where Ciri and Tyrion talk, and they're talking seriously. I guess there's a few things that I probably could have talked about a little bit more. Like, I didn't really care about the Tyrion and Davos, them talking, like the part where he brought up, like, last time I was here, I killed my father. He was like, last time I was here, you killed my son. Anyway, let's move on. I was just like, oh, well, actually, I don't really care about that one. That one, I was like, oh, well, that's too bad. Move on. But for Jaime and Tyrion, well, it was just like, those are the two people I didn't care about making friends with. But I did care about Jaime and Tyrion, and it was kind of a short thing, I guess. Shorter than it could have been longer for them to, like, catch up and just, like, get their anger out and see if, why. I mean, I don't know if even Jaime Lannister liked his father to begin with, but I don't know, maybe they did.
I think it's a little, like,
Respect, probably.
yeah, like, he respects him, maybe liked him to a point, but I don't think
They didn't seem like to have any happiness anywhere with him around. It was definitely some assurance of safety though with him around.
With him, it was absolutely. I mean, he commanded respect. He was smart. He was a good warrior, but
Yeah, he was smart,
really,
except for that
he
last
really
part.
he didn't really let his children be who they really are.
Well, it's just because strategically he was trying to make sure everything was secure. He was just trying to do things that had kept the family alive, which seemed to be working. So
He didn't care about their wants. He just cared about his legacy. That's all he talked about. His legacy is all you'll have left. He didn't care about anything else, and he absolutely was not pleased that the legacy would be incest.
Oh yeah, heck no. I
I
wasn't pleased with it either.
He was not. That's not something he wanted in his legacy.
And that's why it's more. I feel like it's more accepting also because Targaryens did that anyway. So it's just like it's not like that's something brand new. It's like just like well, whatever.
The reason why Cersei's such basically a shrew is because she didn't get. She's kind of like has the same scenario with Arya. Where Arya wanted to be a soldier, but her father was more like, okay, I'll give you a sword, whereas her father was like, no, you're gonna marry this king. You're gonna have babies, you're gonna basically be a wife.
I want to have his babies. Sansa,
yeah.
That was Sansa right there. I want to be his
didn't
queen.
Want that.
The fact that Sansa wanted it, though, it was just like, oh,
yeah,
God.
Sansa wants it. That's why I was like, that's the whole lady thing. I didn't believe that, that when she's like, what would Arya have to get from that? She really wants to be a lady? All Arya ever said was she's not a lady.
Yeah,
she does not want to be a lady.
I guess I forgot about, that's something I did kind of forget about, like, the fact that she actually doesn't, I mean, she wouldn't make a good leader, and I'm glad that she knew that.
Yeah, she doesn't want that.
She's an assassin. She's an awesome assassin.
Yeah, she knew from the very beginning she wanted to fight. That was her path.
Yeah,
like Sansa wants to
the
be
fact
a
that she
lady.
can go head to toe with Brienne, it makes it even better. Like, she's just flexible. It's just woohoo. But alright, any final thoughts about the scene though? The dragon, the fire, well, whatever, blue fiery breathing dragon, the wall going down, rip the wall, no more going back there, and I'm wondering, at this point I'm wondering where the heck Tommen is. I mean, I don't think he's dead, but he's gonna be trapped in there for some while. Let all these guys pass, and maybe he'll be able to send a raven, but shoot.
They're not gonna kill him off. He's gotta sneak around.
But where's he gonna go at this point? Like, how is he gonna get past that?
I don't know. It will be very convenient if he is alive, because I don't know how he escaped that, but he will be.
He could escape the wall. I mean, the wall, the fact that he escaped the collapse of the wall is fine, but him getting past all of them is gonna be funny. That'll be the joke. Like, yeah, you can survive the wall. But it's like
Talk
trying to
about a
survive
terrible
9/11.
death.
Like, oh, you survived the plane crash, but that thing's going down.
He was able to get to like the further side, close to the edge of the opposite side where the dead had tore down the wall. So when it fell down, he was on the other side of the wall that was still standing. So he probably could have
Oh,
like
I thought it was the other side where the water was. I
I
don't
was
know.
just saying, if he was on that wall and it was going down, there's no way you could outrun that. You'd been buried alive within a second.
Oh, I'll run the back. No, I think he can run out. Huh? Go ahead.
when you have it lowered down and it's like looking up at the wall and you see all the ice fall, you can see like four little like those little outposts where archers stand and they shoot down at the forest when morning comes. You can see about four of them still standing on the wall, and that's where Tony was.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't sure where he was. I thought he was just on the left. But if he's on the right, then maybe he has time to keep going. And, go the longer way around and maybe get a horse somewhere or whatever. But, there's really nothing to do at this point. Like, you either run or you are dead. And, we forgot to mention about Greyjoy and everybody who was talking about going to an island and will be safe. We'll like to see you be safe. But they don't know about this dragon yet. So, I forgot to mention that, like, oh, yeah, you thought you were safe? Yeah, you're safe from the walking zombies, sure. You forgot about the flying ones. And what about the other animals, too? Like, what about the birds? And, like, he can turn anything into freaking killers, so... Yeah, but again, nobody knows that. They had a bear. I mean, they could turn any animal into... Animals can fly, so...
Oh.
That polar bear came out straight out of nowhere with some extras to die from that didn't even exist. Like, the extras dying. But...
So get some White Walker sharks.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, but there's no point. But they would get in the boat, maybe, but crack the boats open, and then they're definitely screwed. Oh. Like, if you were to just, say, forget the island and go in the boat and hide in the smoke somewhere, then sure, but you still get hit with those. Oh my god, then everybody's screwed. Let's just say it. Everybody's just screwed. But alright, guys, that's it. That's it for season 7, episode 7. That's it for season 7 in general, man. And it was a good run. I want to give this episode shoot, 10 out of 10. Shoot, man, this gave me everything but Cersei. But no, even with Cersei I was satisfied because she was, I don't know, it just felt like that was her character. She's still smart because she realized that even if they helped, they were gonna be screwed. So she was just like, yeah, I ain't gonna help. What would I help for? We're gonna die anyway. So
Yeah, but that's a terrible outlook on that. I mean, I think he should stand a chance with a shitload of gas in the back.
Mm-hmm.
well, but I'm saying, like, even if they won against the White Walkers, I'm saying, like, everybody else would go back and turn against Cersei. And it's just like, she can probably just win right here while everybody's got their backs turned. So it's just like,
She's dumb though because like that whole speech about how would have actually been beneficial if she'd have gone with it because when it all was over they might rethink maybe they could build an alliance.
Cersei's coming for it. No.
Well, no, if
Not
that
Cersei,
speech
sorry,
was
Arya.
genuine, Arya, but if that speech was genuine, no one would have flipped and took over really quick on her. They would have probably given her some, consideration if she really meant what she said, but she's not going to do it, so.
No, I think it would have gave her a disadvantage toward everything. Like, it's just... I don't think it would have happened. I think that's why I was like, this gave me everything. Even bad guys are still bad guys, even in the worst situations. It's just, I don't know. But she was smart. She wasn't being an idiot like some villains are, like the Freys or something. Like, it's just like,
Not an idiot, but very cocky.
yeah, I guess that was, yeah. She thinks. I mean, and like Jamie said in one of his last scenes, like everybody dies and then what? Like, like we'll let these guys kill each
It
other.
was
Like,
it was
yeah, and
John's words where he said, the reason why I'm not gonna lie is because, if everyone starts lying, it means nothing. No one's gonna believe anyone's words. It's all, and like Cersei just proved that when she lied. It's
well,
like, exactly. It will mean nothing, and no one will be able to rely on anyone if you can't trust anything anyone says.
right. I mean, like I said, we'll see next season. I'm hyped for it. I'm mad that I have to wait another year or two, because I am hyped for it now. I mean, like I said, this gave me a good ending. Though I can wait. Like I'm satisfied with what I got here. I'm betting I'm gonna see a lot of deaths in next season. Probably not any major deaths, but like
I don't know. I don't think like a lot of people like. I'm sure a lot of
Tommen might
people,
die,
yeah, I think Tormund
or Tormund.
needs to die.
Mhm.
Um,
People said Jon Snow could die for Daenerys because one, like she could be pregnant, and she could, if she survives, she'll be able to succeed the Targaryens.
if he does die, I don't think it's gonna be until the end of the season. I don't
Yeah.
think he's gonna die like in the third episode.
No, I think people will stop watching as soon as he dies. Like, oh, game over. We know what's gonna happen. But yeah, no, they're not gonna kill him right off if he does. It's either that or Daenerys could die and he can just take the Iron Throne. Like it'll just be whichever one. It's literally them two left who's gonna take the Iron Throne. We pretty much know who won. I highly doubt. We know the White Walkers aren't gonna win. White Walkers aren't gonna win, and we're just interested. I'm just interested to find out how they're gonna get beaten. But I know it's for sure the White Walkers aren't gonna win. And it'll be a Game of Thrones thing to do if they do win. But like I said,
I want no dragons to die, and if they do die,
I bet
want
you,
Daenerys
yeah, that
to
dude's
pop
gonna
out
die.
dragon babies. I want her to just start popping out eggs.
You know how weird that would be? Boop. Oh, got one. I don't even understand the first three. Where'd the first three come from in the first place? The first three eggs.
Not sure.
Oh, I mean, I remember the eggs. She just got them in a crate from they were a gift.
From the land beyond the sky. It's where Lady Missandei, the Red Woman, that's where she comes from. That's where
Have we been there yet?
No.
Oh, okay, maybe.
On the other side.
Oh, wait, that's where what's the name was talking about. Wasn't that dude, what's the name? Daenerys's Queen of the Andals and the First Men, the Unburnt, the whatever, right? Like
Miss Alexandra or whatever her name is.
no, the announcer, like the fact that she's gonna say all that, like
Yeah, I can't remember what her name
I can't remember her name. I keep forgetting.
Miss Andre?
Yeah, where did she say she was from? Null. She said she was from
North?
Null.
North or Null?
Yeah.
It's not a shy. It's not a shy.
I think it might have been
Oh, so it's
North.
not Shy. Okay, so then I mean, we haven't been to either one of those places, so we'll see. Maybe they'll bring him up. I mean, those are probably one of the places in the way of White Walkers, so maybe we'll see them that way. If anybody's got a map.
You might see the land of the sky and the spin-off, like this dark Shadowland.
Oh, right. So who did you say was getting the spinoff? Go ahead and say it.
I don't know when it's coming out, but George R. R. Martin had talked about it, and of course he released information on what they had four ideas that spin off do, and saying what ideas they have, he said that what they're not going to do. They're not going to do, of course, Robert Rebellion.
Yes.
all, badass before him, that was really cool. They have these books called Stones and Eggs, and Stones and Eggs is kind of like Project Secret, but Stones and
Well, we're gonna
Eggs,
find out what Project Secrets are. Like what?
Mm.
You remember he has secrets.
it's basically like a hunting book. And Silver Monkey said they're not doing Stones and Eggs, and he said it's impossible in his mind to put the whole story of Valeria, where Valerian's spirit comes from. I heard that's
Mm.
impossible, and I get that.
Isn't and that's got nothing to do with the whole like Targaryen anything or whatever.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, well that's exciting. I mean, I'm glad they're at least gonna do something. Like I said, I wanted a prequel with still everything we're talking about, like of Robert Baratheon, of Ned Stark, of the Tower of Joy. I mean, we did see the Tower of Joy already, but maybe we just get a glimpse of the Tower of Joy in the prequel, and then we just
Battle.
yeah, exactly. Or see him singing and all that stuff. Like just something. Like, I mean, I get it, they're mentioning it, but I would like to actually see it. Like, why not? I mean, free money, here you go. Shut up and take my money. But yeah, okay. So, any final thoughts, you guys, about the last season? So, how would you rate this entire season in within the other six? Like,
Eight.
no, like not between 1 and 10, between the 6 seasons, like between the seasons that we have. Where would you put it?
Oh, okay. It was like I would rate it an 8 out of 10. Is what I would rate it.
No. I mean, like, sir. Okay, sure. Here, I'll give an example. I would actually say that I actually like season 6. I mean, I like both of them. Season 6 and season 7 were awesome. Uh, I can't remember if season 4. Go ahead.
I would say if they had added more episodes each season, maybe 12 instead of 7, then I would rate it an 8.
Well, yeah. Other than the shortening of the episodes, though, yeah. Like,
Even that, I enjoyed it. I think it was pretty good. But besides that, I didn't really like it.
I think with season 6, though, it had a lot of good things, like with Arya getting her training and Sansa and the Battle of the Bastards and Jon Snow coming back to life and going back to Winterfell, and also Cersei getting her big revenge after the whole shame. Like that season 6 episode 10, the explosion, Tommen jumping out the window. That season was really good too. Like I was just like, oh my god, this season. But this season was also good too. This is definitely in the books for one of the best. Just right next to. I mean, the previous season, I can hardly remember the older seasons, but I do obviously remember the season from like the Red Wedding, and that was when Daenerys was about
That's what
to
I was gonna
attack him.
say.
Yeah,
Season 3 is probably my favorite season.
season 3. Yeah. Hang him last so you can watch the others die. I was like, what?
It had a lot of like pow moments to it, like wow. And this one I just felt like, for saying they made it so short, I can't say a lot happened. It felt really rushed. I mean, there were good things that happened occasionally, but it just wasn't enough for me.
So you would rank, which season would you rank above this one then?
I think season 3 is my all-time favorite.
Season 3.
Season
Okay.
1 was good too. I mean, I still think back to the Crown of Gold episode where they put, they made
Oh,
the crown on
yeah.
the brother's head.
Oh, with
And then
Khal Drogo and everything.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
when
that was a
her
good
eggs
season.
hatch at the very end, you see she's got these dragons. Like, those were both great moments in season 1.
I think season 1 had to be a good season because they wanted the show to move on, so they had to give it all they got in that one. And in this one, it's about to end, so.
Yeah, that was what sold me as like the punching ticket when her dragon eggs and it hatched, and I was like, I want another
I was just like,
season right now.
I didn't understand what the heck that was when I saw it. I was like, what?
I wanted another season right there.
You gotta go to bed. Alright, thank you again, Boss 9, for joining. Hopefully see you all. We're gonna be doing Walking Dead, by the way. So I hope to see you during that. Or coming in for that. If you do watch. Get into it, man. This season's awesome. It's awesome. I swear. Everybody. But yeah, dude, this was really, really good. But I don't know, like season 4, like when the previous seasons, I was just like starting to get into it, and the Red Wedding definitely sold me into to just keep watching because I want revenge. Joffrey also is what it got me attached to the show. Like when you find somebody to just like, oh, I want him to die, you have to keep watching. Like it was really Joffrey also that got me to keep watching Game of Thrones. So, like I hate to give it all up for him, but ugh.
That Red Wedding episode, I mean, oh man, I was just like, whoa, like I couldn't even believe that would happen.
Because it's nobody's done that before.
Yeah, that had to have been a first for me, where it's like you're attached to all these people and then they're all dead and just like you didn't see it coming. And then like it was so suited too that when the credits rolled, it was silent.
They didn't say nothing. There was nothing there.
No
My mouth was open just like Catherine was. So I was just like, what just happened? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
That's what puts me in for season 3 is gonna be the best, because I was so dumbfounded by that, and I was every time I rewatched it, I still was like.
I have a friend right now who's watching the show. He's in season 2, and I'm just like, when you get to season 3, call me.
Yeah.
Like season 3, like episode 7 or 8, just call me. I want to hear your reactions. I was watching it with a friend in a party, and we were trying to like be in sync, but he was a few seconds ahead of me. So when he said, "Oh my god," I was like, "What? What happened?" And then I was like, "Oh my god." I was like, "Oh my god."
With the timing on those things, because I tried to watch with my friend in New Zealand, and we couldn't match them up ever. So like the format must be sped up on certain discs. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just because we tried pressing play at the same time, but because it's kind of delayed when we do say the word play, it's just a few seconds. But it was just like when
with ours, we matched it up, and we kept matching it up, and it would eventually start to lag, and it was on a disc.
Yeah. Oh, so really?
Some discs must have been formatted so they sped it up or something.
Different countries, I suppose, yeah. But alright, that was the season 7, episode 7 of Game of Thrones. Again, I will be doing a live podcast for Walking Dead. If you guys want to join, we have a community called Podcasters United on the PlayStation 4. You can always join there. I'll be looking at anybody who decides to join. Also, I do have a Twitter. It's the 90s Kid is my Twitter name, Karma90s, and it's 90s Kids. I don't know how it goes. Is it the title of the 90s Kid, and my name is Karma90s on there. But that's basically what you're using at Karma90s. So I want to thank again Boss 9 and Rock Lobster Rocky for joining me. I don't know where Eisenhower is. Eisenhower's supposed to join me, but I don't know. Maybe hopefully he'll be here next time. But thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you guys in the next video or stream. I keep saying that. That's my other outro, I mean. But alright, peace, and see you guys later. And hopefully in Walking Dead. Ooh, I want to see The Walking Dead. I do. Can't wait to see what happens there, though. It's gonna be awesome. Like, I don't know if you watch The Walking Dead, but this season is beautiful.